are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. I am your host for the day, Tony. We got Riley over there on the table, dude. What's up, Riley? How we doing, dude?
Feeling good. Good weekend. Good
Hell yeah,
sports. Ready to talk about it.
Let's go. Super pumped. A big week coming up for sports. Big week for Downtime TV. As you guys know, Brian is still on his assignment, on his way back from Green Bay, Wisconsin, dude. He was there, and we'll have the full recap tomorrow, but he was there at Lambeau for the Packers' victory over the Chiefs, which we'll get into as well. But by God, it looked like he had a great time. I really am super stoked to hear from him tomorrow. But dude, how was your weekend?
My weekend was good.
Yeah.
Eventful weekend to say the least. But we're here on Monday, recovered and ready to get after it.
Absolutely, dude. Love to hear that, as everyone is here, on this Monday. The Sunday Scaries certainly were in effect, dude.
Oh my God, they hit.
Absolutely. Speaking of the Sunday Scaries, I think we have a few comments.
We do have a few comments to get
to rip off of first here.
Here we go. Kev Do coming in with a let's go. We want the smoke. 3-0 for us, 1-2 for you. So sorry for you. Hashtag rep the company. Hashtag rep TDVS Rips Report. I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah, you saw the grid,
and that was a tough thing to see. Just being like, we suck at picks.
And we'll get into it a little bit with the NFL segment, but very well made grid graphic.
Oh yes, nice graphic.
Like surprisingly
that was
made,
the first thing that caught my eye. I was like, wow, who made this?
I know, right?
Pretty good.
So kudos to the company. Great job there, dude.
Matt Ryan with a "You were right, Tony."
Well, of course, Matthew. I mean, come on. We'll get into it, but what did you expect? What did you guys honestly expect with Boyle in there? I mean, it's such a freaking travesty and more of an indictment on the Jets organization as a whole, which I've been talking about all season. So again, we'll get into the NFL segment for sure. We're also another Kev Do comment, of course, dude.
What's up, Matty Ice? Matty Ice says Taylor, both Simeon and Boyle suck.
Yeah, dude.
Josh B, Grand Rising, great people. 3-0. Yep.
Yeah. No, give it to him.
Jets still suck. This team would not look any better with Zach Wilson.
Whoa.
Whoa. Hashtag rep the hashtag rep the sports port.
All right, keep it going. Bernie.
Let's go. Morning, fellas. Tony and Ryan about to kill it. Kev kick rocks. Good morning.
That's right, baby.
Tony solo on the desk. Solo dolo. Solo dolo.
What the world wants, baby.
It's true, Tony. I owe you an apology.
Oh, thanks, Matthew.
I appreciate the graphic chats. Dude, fantastic work.
Yeah, it really is.
We need Zach Wilson back. Says Matt Ryan, dude. No way.
Yeah, I know.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Wow. The complete 180 from Matthew Ryan. I never would have thought I would hear it. Honestly, never, dude.
No.
But anyway, the comments are hot. I'm hot.
Wow.
It's hot in here. Let's get right to it. Go to the world. The National Football League.
He wants Jefferson. Climbs the ladder. Oh, my goodness. Justin Jefferson, the catch of his life.
Burrow fires. Intercepted. Picked off at a pick six. Minka Fitzpatrick, an absolute ball hawk.
Niners twist up front and get to Tagovailoa. Bosa again. Mahomes escaping on the move. Stops. Spins. Flips it forward for the touchdown.
Stop it.
Aaron Jones. Oh, what a tackle. Quincy Williams with a pile driver.
Dude, stop it. Speaking of stop it, let's start off. We're talking about the Jets a lot. The Jets fall at home here to the Falcons 13-8 to kick off, week 13 for them. 13-8, obviously not scoring a touchdown all game. So continuingly to just have an absolute dog shit offense, make it to the red zone or not. They cannot score, dude. And against this Falcons team that, was 5-6, obviously, they're kind of playing for more than what the Jets are playing, certainly, in terms of, their conference, their division, stuff like that. But take you through some of the scoring here. We actually didn't get like a ton of scoring here, obviously, in the first quarter. Only 2 points were scored in the first quarter here. So the first 4 drives from either team split evenly 2-2, resulted in punts. But then we had one, I believe, late in the first quarter here. Desmond Ridder.
The Riddler.
Gets kind of tackled here. Oh, actually, I think Robinson, tackled here in the end zone, safety, 2-0. And you know what? I understand, like, as a Jet fan, you're watching this and you're thinking, like, all right, it was Boyle here. We knew we have to get defensive points here, but this is a great start. 2-0, a safety. We could even shut out the Falcons. Who knows? Obviously not the case. Next, Jets come up after the safety. You think let's get some momentum going. Boyle, no. 3 and out, dude. Only gaining 5 yards in those 3 plays. So resulting in a punt there. You do hold the Falcons, though, to a 3 and out after that. And then unfortunately, again, getting some momentum going, getting some good defense to result in some good offense. First play of the next drive, Cook fumbles. Falcons recover. They end up going on a 6-play, 47-yard drive for a touchdown and make it 7-2. And then the very next drive there for the Jets. I mean, again, you're at your own 25, and you start with a Boyle incomplete, but it looks pretty. Again, he's getting into the motion. And then you run Hall, you run him a little bit, establish that run game, and then slowly but surely, Boyle starts to get a few passes in there. Even on a 4th and 1, it was Boyle up the middle to get that first down there. So showing some grit there. You have to see that. But unfortunately, after that, you're on, Atlanta's what? You're on like the 10-yard line. I think it was 1st and 10, maybe at the 15, and you couldn't score. You end up just settling there for the field goal. So 7-5 early in the game here, whatever. But the next few drives, just punt. And then finally to end the half there, you get what, a 22-yard field goal by Koo, which was obviously good there. So that made it 10-5. But again, you go into the second half here, only down by 5. Realistically, I mean, I understand the Jets have been struggling at that point all season, really, to score, but still, it's a 5-point game. No, you never know, dude. First drive, again, same deal. 9 plays, 47 yards. Takes about 5.5 minutes off the clock there. But you just, again, settling for a field goal. 46-yarder, though, by Zerwin. So it was pretty solid there by him. Gibson had a couple of good receptions, I think, that drive. Gibson was looking really good. Xavier Gibson.
Like him. Yeah,
I think he's got a lot of talent. And, of course, so many plays, too, here. You're looking Boyle just looks at Wilson immediately. I mean, rightfully so. But I think maybe, some defenses were, at least Atlanta was keying on Wilson, certainly, and then Gibson ends up being open, which is nice. That guy shows some talent. And I believe, I mean, he's a rookie.
He's a rookie, yeah.
Right?
He's the guy that scored the punt return against Bills first week of the season.
That's right. Yeah, the punt returner.
Yeah, he's been the punt returner.
Yeah,
I haven't really seen him too much on offense, but I think they're starting to get him into the offense a little bit,
which is great.
Good. Yeah, good to see.
Yeah, which is great to see. And again, I want to talk a bit more about the offense in general. But anyway, here, so settle for the field goal. Unfortunately, the Falcons also get a field goal. So you're trying to just, I guess, make this deficit a little bit lower. But, Falcons, honestly, were just kind of answering back any type of scoring you had. Of course, Jets after that, 3 and out. Falcons, 3 and out. And then the Jets, 2 plays. Probably one of the worst interceptions of the season, I think I've seen from Tim Boyle. Just a horrific overthrow, dude. He just really sailed it. And the Falcons guy was right there. Wilson literally ended up having to defend this play. And he literally just watches. He's like, oh, is this Wilson running? And then he's like, I'm going to catch it. And then it's just like, no. So a pretty poor interception there by Boyle. And after that, I think he had 6 back-to-back punts, and then Boyle fumbles it. It was sack, strip sack fumble, which honestly, I don't know, man. It was pretty close to where Boyle was kind of already in his throwing motion.
Yeah.
But the refs ruled it whatever, a fumble. Atlanta recovers it at that point. And then, Jets come out at that point. What is it? Geez, like maybe 2 minutes left, 3 minutes left, I think. Yeah, 2 minutes left at that point. They get the ball back. And it's just, at that point, you're down by 5. Jets are just taking deep shots. Boyle, some of them are kind of, bad passes. Some of them are kind of, shuffled by like Conklin, I think, could have maybe catched one of them. Other than that, incomplete pass to Wilson, pass deep to Gibson, who actually does make it. Yeah. But then other than that, incomplete pass to Gibson again, incomplete pass to Hall, and then Tremaine sacked. Fumbles, Jets recover, 4th down, pass from Simeon at that point in there, incomplete. It's just like an absolute shit show of a team here. Back to back pumps. That's right, Josh. I wish they were pumps, dude, but they weren't pumps. They were punts.
Pumps, baby.
And all right, so you look at this team. I understand you're putting your 3rd string, your 4th string quarterback in really at that point. And you were 2 for 15 on 3rd downs there. I think you have, I think it's something like 30% on 3rd downs so far this season, which is not good at all. Certainly the lower part of the league in terms of that stat. You look at this team, this Jets team, this performance next to the Falcons. You may look at this stat sheet and be like, they probably they would have won because they really just outdrove the Falcons. They had more plays, more total yardage, more passing yards, more rushing yards, more pass attempts, more pass completions, like everything like that. But of course, it's just the inability to score in the red zone. They just can't do it, dude. Like, I don't care who's at their quarterback position. I don't care what receivers they have, honestly. They can't do it. And I think, I've been saying this all season, but I really do think it falls on coaches, dude. Like, it has to. I'm watching the Packers game, for example, which I didn't realize. The Packers are, the youngest team in the league, like by far.
If I was a fan of them, I'd be pumped up.
Yeah,
the way
dude.
that the young guys are starting to play there.
They're looking great, dude. And Jordan Love is coming to his own stuff like that. But I'm looking at their red zone plays, and it's like play action pass into Love rolling out with the tight end who did some chip block and is now rolling out with him on the goal line. And it's like, wow, like he's got time and space and he throws it and they score. And I don't think I've ever seen the Jets run a play like that this entire season.
Well, they have like a legitimate coach in Green Bay, which is the difference. Like, Matt LaFleur is an offensive wizard.
Right.
Like he's putting, like you said, Jordan Love in situations to succeed, where I feel like we just did not see that. Say whatever you want about Zach.
Yeah.
You could argue he was never in a position to really succeed, especially with the play calling from Hackett too.
Yeah.
Like I think we said this way earlier in the season, but the minute Aaron Rodgers goes out, your whole playbook needs to change completely.
Yeah.
To fit the needs of Zach Wilson. And we didn't see that happen all year. Zach Wilson's gone now from playing. And Tim Boyle, not good at football. Confirmed. Not a good football player. Yeah,
definitely not good. But again, just a further indictment on the coaches. This guy's your 3rd string quarterback. I understand he had some experience with Rodgers, right? But limited. Obviously, limited time with the Jets, certainly. We know how much limited snaps that Wilson was able to take, before he was kind of, forced into the starting position here. But I don't know, dude. Is it really that? Like, how does Hackett not see that? Like, wow, like what a great play call by Green Bay. Like, let's do that. Because honestly, Conklin isn't a completely useless tight end. You could use him well, I feel.
Oh yeah. He was used well in a situation before in Minnesota, I believe he was. And they used him well. Like, he can still he's not the best receiving tight end, but he can still make some catches in the red zone, definitely too, because Garrett Wilson draws so many eyes that you need someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
And it feels like someone else hasn't really stepped up for them this year. And is that play calling? Is that personnel? There's a bunch of question marks around this team, and it just feels like we haven't really figured out what the problem is. And I think it's coaching.
It really has to be, because when you really look at, I don't know, I'm not really sure what to think of the receivers, because obviously the lack of offense and stuff. I mean, it's not. It can't all fall on the quarterback. And it's like it's so funny too. I remember when forget who they were playing, the last game that Zach started. Doesn't matter. But Boyle ended up coming in at halftime or whatever. And 2 plays in, his first 2 plays are both incompletions, whatever. And the first thing Tony Romo says is like, well, look at this downfield. And he shows everyone covered. And it's like, well, obviously I'm sure that's been happening all season. So it's like, why aren't these receivers getting open? Like, is it like at that point, is it the receiver's fault? I don't think so. Because I think we have talent. I mean, we see what Gibson could do, what Wilson could do. There's veteran receivers like Lazard too, who know how to run routes. It's got to be like the conception of these plays, right? It's got to be these routes that are like
time
designed.
In the pocket too.
Yeah, obviously we know about the offensive line, which it's great. You see other teams that have a decent offensive line that give your quarterback time, that gives your running back a lane to run through. Again, I keep doing the Packers, but AJ Dillon was just like all over the place, like because he had great blocking.
Yeah,
he had tremendous holes.
Or like a team like the Niners, everyone wants to talk about how good that team is, and they're super talented. Yeah, but the O line there is what really sets the foundation of that team. I mean, Trent Williams. Their O line's fantastic. They give Purdy the chance to throw. That's why that team's so good.
Right, and then another thing too, like to use the Niners as an example, I feel like they do a great job of like fooling whatever free safety or even the linebackers. So then you see Deebo Samuel over the middle of the field wide open. Yeah, because whatever like play design or whatever Brock Purdy is using, wherever his eyes are at, he's like fading the linebackers or the safeties to a certain part of the field, and then bang, someone else is open.
Yeah, and I mean, just the play design. Like yesterday, they had a 3rd and long, and everyone's like, "Oh, they're gonna try to get the Deebo down for this, try to get Deebo." They put McCaffrey out in space, and McCaffrey runs a wide receiver route. All the eyes are on Deebo. They throw a fade to McCaffrey for like 25 yards. It's like their play design is so fun to watch. Like, it's like, wow, these guys actually are like trying out here.
And again, like I refuse to believe that the Jets don't have like a little bit of a talent pool to be running plays like that.
Yeah.
They have youth. They have veterans. They have talent. Like you have a mix of great players here. And I think that everyone is being underutilized.
Yeah.
Like it really is kind of ridiculous and I think this proves it because you have Boyle in there. You even had Simeon in there for a little bit too. And it's like obviously it's not you can't just be like, oh, like all these quarterbacks suck. All these quarterbacks. This quarterback is not a professional quarterback. It's like, well, you know what? Like this guy made it to the NFL. Yeah. Like whether he's good right now or not, like he made it. So like obviously he is somewhat like competent at this position.
They just don't use him.
They just don't use him well. I mean, it's just like they don't use anyone well, it seems. Even Breece Hall, I think he had like 1 long run, but 13 carries for 16 yards here. Again, I mean, a little bit of that has to fall onto your offensive line there. Because Breece Hall, we know the capabilities of Breece Hall.
Yeah.
Like having this bad of a game in 19 or 13 carries. I mean, he just wasn't blocked. He didn't have good blocking. Same thing, Dalvin Cook. I mean, he had that 1 or 2 long plays. He had that shit fumble. And then other than that, I mean, you rushed for 62 yards, dude. Like, how do you rush for 62 yards with like a young running back like Breece Hall and then a veteran, good 3rd down running back like Dalvin Cook?
It's the O-line. Has to be the O-line.
No blocking, dude. And like, what are you even going to do? Like, your defense held the Falcons to 13 points. Like, you can't even blame the defense here.
No, yeah. And I mean, like, if I was on the defense too, I'm starting to get really pissed
off. And they
off.
fucking got you 2 points.
Yeah. Like, what? Yeah, they got you 2 points and then, what, 2 field goals?
Yeah, 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's just not going to cut it.
Like, yeah, dude. Like, it's honestly like so disgusting to see that, dude.
And now you're like in this kind of weird limbo now where, I mean, I think you guys are going to keep losing probably.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And your draft pick's going to be like you're going to have a 1st round draft pick that's going to be decent, but obviously you didn't go full out tank.
Right.
So you're going to end the season like 5 and something. And it's just weird. It's weird. And like we've been saying, they're going to bring back the same. I don't want them to. I hope they don't. But I think they're just going to bring back the same unit for next year, same coaches. I don't know. Was that what Rodgers wants? Rodgers going to come back. It's just a weird limbo for this team this year that I feel like it's just really awkward.
Do you think though that with Rodgers at the quarterback position, do you think that's when like Rodgers is like, all right, Hackett, like we're gonna start redesigning some new plays, get some creativeness going.
I think with Rodgers, the offensive coordinator doesn't matter as much because he knows every play. He can check at any play at the line and pretty much run whatever he wants. Like he is the offensive coordinator,
right?
Which Wilson obviously cannot do,
right?
Like, Aaron Rodgers can do whatever he wants.
Now, I don't know, man. Again, like last season, before Rodgers came to the Jets, I was like someone who really wasn't into it, honestly. We'll get the comments in a second. But I know there's a lot, especially with the Jets talk and everything. But you know, I was very much I kind of thought Rodgers was washed, honestly, dude.
Yeah.
Again, it just seemed like he was so much of a prima donna. The whole idea of him wanting, like, I understand, like, you know, you're getting older, you're a quarterback, you want to win more Super Bowls, you want to have more of a say, I guess, in terms of what, you know, the business you're working for, like what direction they're going in.
Yeah.
I get that. But I don't know. To me, it just seems like you have to separate those two things a little bit more. He was like too much in the GM type of role.
Like LeBron kind of.
Yeah, dude. And it's just that I feel that never really works out. And then when he came to the Jets, I just thought like, oh, it seems like a prime opportunity for him to be like, yo, this organization is shit. Like, let me go in and I can take over sort of deal. Which I feel like, again, like doesn't work well.
It felt like he was doing a big like legacy thing where like he was like, everyone thinks my career's over. I'm gonna go to New York, change this organization.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like this, and then when I'm done, they're gonna be look back and look, his last 2 years he changed the Jets organization and brought a Super Bowl there. Which very well could still happen next year.
Yes, it could.
Because that's how good he is. And I think it like brought some juice into him and he was kind of looking like he hasn't looked in a while.
Yeah.
I was excited to see him play. Also, I understand the whole procedure, and he looks the best he's ever looked on like anyone's ever looked coming back from Achilles. You're still getting Aaron Rodgers off an injury next year. Like, there's no guarantees. Like, you don't know.
At 40 years old.
Yeah, 40 years old. So, and you're gonna bring back the same people.
Yeah, but that's what it just didn't feel right because he comes to the Jets and he's like bringing in all these receivers that he's played with before. Obviously, Hackett as well, who like Hackett was under a huge question mark in terms of his ability. And even leading into the whole, like, do I stay with the Packers? Like the offseason there, leading into last season where it's like, I might retire, the freaking dark rooms and shit, the whole retreat, ayahuasca. You're hanging out with that freaking actor whose name escapes me. You're playing guitar in the woods, dude. And it's just Miles Teller. It was Miles Teller. Shailene Woodley.
That whole situation was a little weird.
Oh my God.
He did Olivia Munn, and then he did like his family doesn't something about his family doesn't talk to anymore. Yeah, right. He's not in contact with his family or something. But again, like that can be like, I don't know his story. It could be whatever. Yeah. But it's still like it is like it. I mean, it doesn't look good for him still. Like about like in terms of how he handles situations and like Brian, talking about how Brian's theory about how like the Jets could have moved on from Wilson, and he said no because he wants to be like, I want to be able to fix this guy. Like like that type of ego. Like I wouldn't be surprised if like they weren't playing like if they weren't calling plays designed for Rodgers for Wilson because of that, because of Rodgers' ego. And it's like no, like we're not gonna call these plays. Like he loves Zach.
Those are my plays. Does he love Zach though?
No,
does he really love Zach?
From everything I've seen, like everything that he's talked about on Pat McAfee's show and stuff I heard from him, he loves
he genuinely.
Zach. He always sticks up for him.
Yeah.
In Hard Knocks, he was trying to get the buddy relationship going.
Yeah, Hard Knocks seemed like kind of like they were standoffish a little bit.
No, I truly think when we talk about legacy and stuff, like I think part of his like legacy he wanted was to turn Zach Wilson into a good quarterback. Like sit behind me for 2 years, and then when you come out, you're gonna be like good. And that media's gonna be like, look what Aaron Rodgers did to Zach Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Now Zach Wilson sucks. So
he doesn't look good for him. And again, you're just ruining this kid. You're gonna have to start him, dude, again.
Yeah,
like you probably are. You really should, honestly. I think he does. Like Matt Ryan said, I can't believe it. Does give you the best, I guess chances to win. Speaking of Matt Ryan, let's get to some comments here. I think there's a lot to catch up on.
Yes, there is a lot to catch up on here. Josh, we talking about the pumps. Yes.
Back to back pumps, dude. Honestly, clip it up, dude.
Bite.
Nothing like back-to-back pumps, dude.
Nothing like it. Matthew Ryan, Zach Wilson was our best option. I mean, this is just weird reading this from you.
Yo, honestly, Matt Ryan, dude, you gotta like.
It makes me feel uncomfortable to read this.
Tell me what you're thinking a little bit, Matt Ryan.
The biggest problem wasn't Zach, dude. I just feel like now it's a different person's commenting.
Really, dude.
You've lost it.
I mean, he may.
Talking sports with Jake. Jets are a dumpster fire. Saleh, Hackett, and Douglas should all be exiled from the state of New York, and Zach should follow them.
What do you think the chances are, Riley, that the Jets, who are 4-8 now?
Yes, 4-8.
Same record as the Giants, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the chances are that the rest of their season, not even lose out, but obviously have a record that's well under, able to pull up their schedule, which honestly, it's not going to be easy. I mean, Texans coming up on the road.
Loss.
Oh no, actually at home. Yeah, you're thinking loss.
4-9, lost the Dolphins
in Miami. Commanders, maybe a win.
Maybe
we'll call it a win. So 2-1 right there.
And then Browns, I think you lose on the road.
Yeah.
And then Patriots, you probably beat the Patriots. Actually, I mean,
you may not. So let's say it's 1-4. So that means you're 5-12.
Probably, yeah.
Do you think? Let's say they end. Let's say it's 6-11. Let's say they beat the Pats. All right.
Yeah.
End the season on a high note. Beat the Patriots for the first time in freaking 17 game, however many games it is. You think Saleh kind of gets the boot a little bit? No.
No.
You think no matter what, status quo next season?
I really hope not. But then again, you take you get rid of Saleh. Now you have Aaron Rodgers coming back with a head coach he doesn't know. Like, he signed here when Saleh was here. It's like, is that going to be a problem? We've been saying it, but I think they just bring in one of the young offensive guru guys. Every team is doing it, and it's helping every organization that makes that call.
But I mean, do you think a young offensive guru head coach would work well with Rodgers?
I don't think it'd mesh well with Rodgers, but I think it would mesh well with Zach. So, here's what I think. Say you bring back the same thing. Next year, it works out because Rodgers basically is the head coach.
Right.
Now, say you have a good year. Is Rodgers going to retire? Is he not? Who knows? But say he's done after next year. Then you bring back Zach with Saleh again, and the same thing's going to happen again.
Yeah,
and they're not going to fire Saleh after next year if Rodgers puts up a good year and you go to the playoffs. You're not going to fire Saleh.
Yeah.
But then when Zach Wilson comes back into the organization and start playing quarterback, and the same thing's there, it's going to be the same result. That's what I think you need to change.
Yeah, it's tough.
Lonnie,
it's good for Lonnie.
Lonnie coming in. Let's go. Good morning, guys. Man, the Jets are in a world of troubling. Is Zach better off starting than the other two QBs stink just as much? Game 7, G7, Garrett Wilson running wide open, shaking my head.
Yeah.
No run game. Yikes. Dreadful in all caps. And then a little shot at me. The Patriots got left on 0. How are we feeling about that, Riley? #RepTV. I mean, I feel, how am I supposed to feel about it?
Yeah, honestly.
Obviously, I don't feel great that we suck and are statistically one of the worst NFL offenses in history. One of the worst offensive in history. But also, do I want to win that game? No. There's no reason for them to win any game. I hate to be this fan, but I hope we lose every single game.
Good for you, dude.
At least I know where I'm at.
Yeah, no, it is good.
Talking sports with Jake, if they bring back this erupting volcano of a staff, I would drive to Woody's mansion and have a long talk with him. The organization is so freaking stupid, drives me nuts.
That's right, Jake. That's right, buddy. You get in there, man.
Yes.
You tell Woody what's what.
Woody is the problem. He's the common denominator here.
Yeah.
First off, stop bringing in defense corners to coach up young QBs. Yes, it might have worked with Rex, but y'all see how far.
Yeah, Riley
how
said
far
it.
that got.
Yeah.
Ronnie says Rex with Sanchez, Boyle, Darnold, Saleh, Wilson. It doesn't work. Yeah, we've seen it.
Yeah, it's true.
Matthew Ryan, I was proven wrong. Trust me. He needs to go. I'm tired of that worthless, oversized gnome. Rodgers will figure it out. Get somebody else in here. Shit is ridiculous.
Oh, it's about Saleh. Call Saleh.
LOL. It's in a word, troubling. Where did you see world young man? He's talking about me?
Yeah, I think so. Is it the last comment? You read it wrong?
Did I read it wrong, Lonnie?
Let's see.
Right here. Man.
Jets are, in a word, are troubling.
In a word, are troubling. Oh, okay. I did read it wrong.
That's okay, dude. It happens.
That's on me.
That is on you, dude.
I mean, it wouldn't be on anyone else.
It can't be because that's just on you.
That's on me.
I think you did well with the G17.
That took a little
game
bit
17, G17.
I was started at
Garrett
game
Wilson 17.
Yeah. I thought we were talking about the last season.
What are the let's see what Josh P says though. He says it barely worked with Sanchez. He is a bum because I think Josh is still on the doesn't freaking matter. Zach Wilson still sucks type of train, which obviously
he's a good train to be
I
on.
mean, he's a fine train to be on. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like I don't know, Josh. Do you think a new coach could come in and like show Wilson again, like how to be a professional quarterback in the NFL? And it's like I don't know, dude. Like Riley said, if you get a young offensive-minded coach that comes in here that gels well with Wilson, I don't know, man. It really could be that because again, like we're seeing, I think more and more now as the Jets are moving on from Wilson, that it's the coaching. And I guess you want to talk about ownership too. But I mean, there's not really much you can do about ownership. I mean, there's no. Like it's not like Woody's going to be selling the Jets.
Yeah, no.
Like it's just not going to happen.
Fire the owner.
Can't really fire the owner, dude. So I don't know, man. I mean, I still think I don't know. I think someone can come in here and like fix this organization, get Wilson going. Because again, dude, we talked about it last week too. The BYU highlights, dude. I understand.
Highlights.
Say what you will about BYU, whatever. I mean, he had talent, dude.
He looked good at BYU. The hurtling.
Yeah. Johnny says Darnold is still seeing ghost in San Francisco. I think Johnny says, good morning, gentlemen. Let's go, he says. Shout out to the company and DTV. Nice win for the Rangers last night. It was. Giants DB up 0 yards this week. That's right. They were on the bye. Appreciate it. Hot take, Johnny. No, Wilson is done, says Lonnie. Unfortunately, the Jets clapped another young mind. Hot take, Johnny says Zach Wilson doesn't have the mind for the game. The mental part is just as important as the physical. Josh also pretty much agreeing, saying no. Zach is done in New York, maybe somewhere else, but not New York. Okay. And then Lonnie, the Darnold thing is pretty interesting. Who said that, Tony? Who said that? Who said what, Tony?
Who said Tony?
Who said Tony?
Who said what, Tony?
Who said that, Tony?
Oh,
I don't know. But yeah, Lonnie with the Darnold. I mean, that's interesting. Yeah, I guess that's a good point. But still, I mean, you never know. You never know, dude. Wilson could be a little different. I mean, I had my hopes for Darnold, honestly, even when he went to the Panthers. Because, again, different organization, different team. But obviously, I mean, look at the Panthers organization. And if you really want to dive a little deeper there, I mean, Darnold, again, was kind of ruined by multiple organizations. Because the Panthers didn't really help him out. And you go to the Niners, where you're kind of just overshadowed by Brock Purdy. I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Yeah. It's not like he's not a starter there. Matt Ryan agreeing we should have a competent QB.
This is like, I know hindsight is 2020, and I can say a bunch of things now,
right?
That but the fact that Joe Flacco came into a game yesterday for the Browns and threw the ball down the field like an actual National Football League quarterback and looked competent, and the fact that you had this roster in New York with the talent all over the offense, the defense is good. There were legitimately playoff aspirations this year for the Jets, and you see that injury happen. And you don't even make a call to a guy like Flacco, a guy that can move the ball upfield, throwing the ball, like at least, or a call to a Carson Wentz, who we haven't seen. But Joe Flacco looked like a quarterback last night. And the fact that the Jets didn't even try to bring in someone like that and just went with Trevor Siemian and Zach Wilson and Tim Boyle, like, just doesn't make any sense to me. Makes zero sense to me.
No, yeah. I mean, I totally agree. And again, I mean, that's the higher ups, dude.
Yeah. Just feel like that should have been a move made there.
Yeah. What did Lonnie say about Sam's parents here?
They lied to Sam's parents. We will protect him. Now the dude is known for saying he's seeing ghosts on the field. And what's worse, that it came against the Patriots. Big fucking yikes. It's true.
I mean, it is true. I mean, I don't know. It is pretty tough for Darnold. And I don't know, man. Again, I mean, how many... I understand that hitting on first overall picks is, it's still a toss-up. But, I mean, the Jets have gone through quite a few.
Yeah. Well, what do you think they do this year with a first-round pick? It's probably going to be in that 10 range.
They have to get an offensive line.
You think they go O-line first round?
I don't know if they will, but that's what they should be doing. They have to, dude, because it doesn't. I really don't care. Because if you have a comparable running back, a comparable QB, and you give him time and space, I mean, they're gonna succeed. There are quarterbacks. I mean, I don't know. Look at Kirk Cousins, for example. He's not a phenomenal quarterback.
He gets the job done.
He's got space. He's got time. He had, somewhat of a solid running game. Even Miami, too. I mean, two are obviously, both these quarterbacks aren't comparable to, obviously, like Zach Wilson or anything. But, I mean, even look at Aaron Rodgers, dude. I think people, even forget what a shit show those first few plays he was in for.
Oh, my God. It was 3 plays, and there was constant pressure in the backfield.
Yeah.
And then
he had no
time.
And then, yeah, exactly, dude. So it's not like any quarterback with no time. I mean, you can only do so much when your offensive line isn't doing their job,
Yeah.
And then Lonnie wants to know who was the coach for Geno Smith.
Was it Rex?
I believe it was Rex. I could be wrong. That was a long time ago.
Yeah. Oh, it might have been Todd. No, I think Todd. I don't really know, to be honest. Matt Ryan says we could add Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is out for the season.
Yeah, but that also would have been no good, dude.
Why would you want Kirk Cousins?
Remember I was talking about it? Who coached? Rex Ryan. Yeah. I guess Ryan was fired with Geno Smith, and then Todd Bowles came in the next year, and then that was the broken jaw year with Todd Bowles.
Shout out Geno.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Geno now, dude.
Geno's slinging that ball.
Oh wow, dude, Lonnie's getting fucking tight at
Johnny,
Matt Ryan, dude.
Lonnie is
he
tight.
says, Matt, shut the fuck up. Kirk ain't want to come here. Do you listen to sports radio at all or watch Sports Center? That's a clown statement, dude.
Wow, Lonnie is.
He ain't taking no shit on this Monday, dude.
He's not.
But let's get away from the Jets here, because their season's over. Let's be real here. We just went through the rest of their games too. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be good. But speaking of not pretty, not good, Riley's here. So let's talk about the Patriots, dude. 2-10 now. Shutout at home against the Chargers. Chargers even on their schneid too, scoring only 6 points, dude.
I
guess they scored a touchdown though, right? Wasn't it 6?
No, the 2 field goals.
Those 2 field goals?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
If you paid money to go to this game, I feel
dude, tickets were like $20.
So bad for you. It was, first of all, it was 30 degrees out in pouring rain in Foxborough. You then had to go watch Bailey Zappi play quarterback. You had to watch no touchdowns you put up on the board, and you watched the National Football League game that ended 6-0.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel awful for you. I know there's 50,000 people out there that went to that game on this Monday morning. I don't know how you feel about yourself. I wouldn't feel good. Depending on your seat, of course. But if you're paying for box seats, a couple $100, man.
Unless you're Ryan Barnaby, and then just get it for free.
Yeah. If I got a ticket for free to that game, I still probably wouldn't have won.
Come on.
They're wearing the throwback reds. They should be banned from wearing those. They're ruining. You cannot wear throwback reds and look that good on the field and not be able to score a touchdown. Yeah. Should not be allowed to wear those. They suck. I knew before the season I was very angry at Barnes' pick of 4-13. I said no chance. This team's not that bad. This team sucks, and Mac Jones sucks. Bailey Zappi comes in, he sucks. So we have to get a quarterback. No ifs, ands, or buts. We're gonna have the number 2, number 1 draft pick, maybe first overall, maybe Caleb Williams. Would love to see him be a Patriot, but we've seen the diva stuff with Caleb Williams as he's gonna come out of college. We don't know. I just need a quarterback I can get behind in my 20s now. 21 years old. Tom Brady's, my childhood's gone. The Super Bowls are gone. The parades are gone. I just need a quarterback that I can get behind and say, this guy's good. I thought we had it in Mac. We don't. He's not good. He's going to hopefully be gone. Somewhere else will give him a chance. Release him. Get Belichick out in the nicest way possible. Get him out. Don't just fire him. Maybe ask him to step down. We can give him a whole ceremony for thank you for your 25 years here. Make him go out good, not like Brady. Let him go out good, but get rid of him. Bring in a wizard. Bring in an offensive mind. Get this going. Ramondre's out for the year probably with his ankle injury. We have no talent really on the outside Demario Douglas, who already has 2 concussions this year, so you never know. Kendrick Bourne's out for the year, so we need a playmaker outside. We need a lot. The defense is still good. Christian Gonzalez out for the season week 2, but he's going to be good. Matthew Judon's going to be back next year. The defense is going to be all right. But, I mean, on offense, you got to figure out something. This draft is huge. This draft is massive. You cannot miss on these picks. You got to hit on these picks. And like I said, you have to lose the rest of the way. Like, if they somehow, beat the Jets or go, 3-1 to end the season, I'm going to be so angry because there's just no point to win any of these. There's zero point to end these games.
Now, again, conversely, just with the Jets scenario, I mean, how much of this lack of success, of the troubles they ran into this season, how much of it is because of the lack of production of the quarterback position, and how much of it do you think is Belichick?
I think a lot of it is lack of production from the quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched a video yesterday of Mac Jones' interceptions, and the way he played his rookie year has looked he's gotten worse with time.
Yeah.
And you can argue that maybe that's 3 different offensive coordinators in 3 years. There's a lot of, I understand, I love giving Mac shit, but there's a lot of circumstances that are not good for a quarterback just entered the league.
Right.
The weapons on the outside, non-existent. He has really no one to throw to. The offensive line, bad, really bad. You mix that with his ability to not really have the best pocket presence, not going to work out. Three different offensive coordinators. We thought Bill O'Brien coming in this year was going to change things. It did not. The offensive looked worse than it did with Matt Patricia. So I just don't want to give him another shot. We've seen, I understand he hasn't had the best circumstances, but you can't give him another shot. You just pick up a quarterback and throw him into the fire. I think I got to see someone else. Got to see someone new. And Zappy's not the answer either. Zappy, you got to score a point. He couldn't even score a point yesterday. Right. Against the Chargers defense that has names, but older names that defense has got chewed up by some teams. So I don't know. And shout out our kicker. He sucks too. I think he's missed 5 kicks, 6 kicks this year. He missed a 35-yarder to tie the Giants game. I mean, shout out you for missing it. I mean, it's a good loss for us, but he sucks.
I do remember that's right, dude. What
Chad Ryland. Yeah, he sucks. He's awful. So get him out. Just pretty much get rid of everyone and come back next year with just totally different team.
I know, it's pretty crazy.
Outside Demario Douglas.
Pretty crazy how different the Pats look now than they did 5 years ago.
Okay. Well, that's when we had Tom Brady win.
The Tom Brady again. I talk about great kicker, great receivers, great running back,
Gronk,
great defense.
Yeah, Dante Hightower. I don't like talking about it because it's just a sore subject.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Well, let's move on here. Let's go around the league here. Honestly, I had enough of this fucking sadness. Fucking first 2 games we recap is freaking total score of 20 between both games. Honestly, ridiculous. Yeah. Anyway, dude.
We got 4 field goals between our 2 teams.
Dude, that would have been a great prop bet between the 2 games. The total over under. Anyway, dude. Let's go Cardinals. Cardinals the Steelers this past week, and Cardinals beat them 24-10. Pretty surprising. We saw again another quarterback name that was tossed around in terms of being on the Jets. Mitch Trubisky, dude. 11 for 17, 117 yards. 1 passing touchdown there as well. But dude, 17 pass attempts, 117 yards. I mean, you know what the average yardage there for that is? Right?
What is the average? What is it again?
17 pass attempts, 117 yards. It's pretty easy.
10.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Dude, averaging, 10 yards through the air per play. Pretty good there. But obviously, evidently, Steelers just did not score enough. Kyler Murray, 13 of 23 through the air, 145 yards. 1 pass and touchdown. They also had 150 yards to the ground. James Conner, dude, 25 carries for 105 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. And then you had a nice receiving game by Trey McBride, 89 yards, 8 receptions, 1 touchdown. And it's pretty funny because you had honestly again way more passing yards, way more yards on the ground too from the Steelers, but they just did not have the ability to score there in the red zone. And of course, I think they had a couple turnovers as well.
Yeah,
no interceptions.
That was a weird
fumble.
Game
yeah,
too.
Dude, very weird game.
Delayed a bunch.
Right, the rain. Right, then the rain delayed for 2 hours or some shit, dude. But what do you think about Kyler Murray here? Honestly,
I mean, Kyler Murray is a comfortable quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a star, but he also was injured this year. He also had a really good year a couple years ago, but that's when he had D-Hop.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if Kyle Murray's your quarterback, I don't think you're angry. Like, I think he played well.
Yeah.
I still think he's good quarterback that can get to very good.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
with the Cardinals, you think he'll stick with?
Well, I think he's going to stay there. I mean, it's so tough to find a guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think even someone like Kyler, it's like you got to stick with him. Pittsburgh offense stinks. Kenny
dude.
Pickett. I mean, I like Kenny Pickett, but I mean, let's be honest, he's not good. He's just not good. And the only reason we were having this conversation is because their defense is good. If their defense was ass and they lost like 3 more games, because their defense won them like 3 games for them, and they were below 500 and completely out of it, everyone would be like, Kenny Pickett is awful. Like, what are the Steelers doing? But because their defense has kept them in the season, we don't really talk about it. I don't know what Mitch is going to bring in that offense. I mean, we'll know on Thursday. Huge game on Thursday. Steelers, fucking Pats, get pumped up for Bailey Zappi, bitch Trubisky. It's gonna be, it is going to be sick.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. All right, next game up, we have the Colts at the Titans. A thriller here. Gardner Minshew, 312 yards through the air. They win in overtime, 31-28. Let you know how the scoring went in the first quarter. It was early and often there for Derrick Henry with a 22-yard run. And Nick Folk obviously made the kick, so 7-0 there. And then Alec Pierce, a 36-yard pass from Minshew, who looked great, right off the rip there to tie it up.
Yeah.
End of the first quarter, you get a Folk field goal there after a 10-play drive. That lasts about 4 minutes there. Second quarter here, Derrick Henry, another rushing touchdown there for him. Just a short 5-yarder. It was a good drive down the field by the Titans in general, making it 17-7 there. So, Titans are kind of pulling away early on in the second quarter. But then Matt Gay answers back there for the Colts with back-to-back field goals, limiting that deficit to just 4 points, 17-13 now going into the second half. Speaking of Matt Gay, he starts off the scoring with another field goal there for the Colts, which, shortens that deficit to just 1 point, 17-16 there. Gardner, again, that drive was good, 70-yard drive still down the field. Obviously having a little bit of trouble there in the red zone there. But, I mean, still, getting the field goal there was fine because your defense was doing pretty well to start the second half there. And then you have a blocked punt, dude. So some special teams
that
action,
block was crazy.
Helping out. Did you see it?
Yeah, insane.
Dude, ridiculous. I mean, you love a good block punt.
Yeah, it was he came in from the side.
Yeah.
I mean,
literally how they draw it up,
he
dude.
legitimately killed the punter.
Yeah.
Like, the guy's dead. Well, he's not actually dead, but I mean, he's out for a while. Talking about injuries, I hate to change the topic, but did you see the injury to the the chain gang guy on the side of the field? Broke his leg?
Dude,
dude,
I did.
That was insane. Broke his leg, and Alvin Kamara just stared at him and then moved on with his day. Yeah,
it's fucked up.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I mean, it was. I don't know if you guys saw it at home. I mean, we can bring it up if you really want to, Riley. But I mean, it is a little rough to be looking at, dude.
It is a little graphic for 10:48 on Monday.
I mean, we can show it. You want to show it, dude?
I'd love to show
You're
it.
the producer of the day. Let's go, baby. You want to show it? Let's show it, dude. I'm sure people have been talking about it. I saw it. I didn't see it live yesterday.
Oh, I saw it live.
But you saw it live?
I saw
it
live, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, dude. Oh, come on. Yep. Here we go. People at home, this could be a little graphic here, but you know what, dude? It's going to be, it's just for the show, dude. It's for the show.
Yeah.
This is what you had to report on, dude.
This is high level journalism.
I mean, obviously, our not condolences, but our prayers, with the Chang gang here and his family. I mean, he's gonna be fine, dude. I mean, let me tell you something.
Oh my god! Look at this.
Oh,
Jesus.
Fuck, dude.
Jesus.
So that was the play. Lonnie, that's the only play you're gonna get of it. We're not gonna slow it down here. We're not gonna show up some more.
No.
You can on your own time. But tough play there. And you would imagine, I mean, I'm not gonna blame Alvin Kamara. I mean, obviously it looks bad that he's just kind of staring at him and walked away.
Do,
but I mean, you're at work, dude. You got to move on. The play, literally, the game is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like if you had to shit yourself right now and had to leave, show still goes on.
If I had to shit myself?
Yeah. Like if you were good, about to shit yourself, and I gotta go, dude. I'm not gonna like go and help you out.
Well, I hope. Oh yeah. No, I hope not.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I gotta come here and stay that the show goes on, dude. You know. So Kamara, but I'm sure again if Kamara, I'm not gonna call him out or anything, but I'm sure if I was Kamara, I'd pay for that guy's medical bill.
Yeah.
I'd probably put an extra $1 million right there.
Just give him $1 million.
I mean, he's probably out for the season. That guy, huh?
Yeah.
He can't be standing on that leg probably for a while.
Is that do the chain gang? They just do that on the weekend, or is that a full time?
I would imagine it's not full time.
How do you get that job?
It could be the same deal as refs. I'm sure it's probably the same deal, dude. You're part time. You get paid per game. Actually, I don't know if NFL refs get a salary. They get paid per game. I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's salary until the postseason. Yeah, I'm sure this has got to be the most Googled thing since fucking yesterday.
They make $100 per game.
All right. That's fucking bullshit, dude. $100 per game.
Wait, so that guy was making $100 and he just completely just broke his leg in half.
So if I'm Alvin Kamara, bang, $1 million, dude. Bang!
Yeah.
Mil. Easy. So that's why I should have a lot of money, because I'll be giving it away, dude.
Yeah.
Like you, shower curtain. Bang, dude.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, new shower curtain, new posters. I'll hire the cleaning crew to come in and wash the walls.
We need a lot.
Yeah, I bet, dude. I'll get you new fucking Gatorade jugs for your whatever you're drinking out of it, dude.
Water
Gatorade. For your
Gatorade.
regular non-spiked hot chocolate.
Best Gatorade flavor.
So anyway, Grant Stewart, after Michael comes in the ground aggressively, dude. Thanks, dude.
It's mine.
Oh, that's all right.
Oh,
No, that's fine, dude.
it's his.
Dude, I gave one of my roommates a bottle of Coke last night, and Michael was so pissed about it.
He didn't ask me. He should have given one of his, not mine.
I did give one of mine.
No,
Wait,
he
you gave one of Mike's Cokes to your roommate.
All right, so Michael bought a 6-pack of glass Coke bottles, which are
glass too.
Yeah, no, only the best here. And so that's 3 each. I had 2 and gave one to my roommate. Yes. I don't think Michael realizes how much he sucks them down, dude. He said, oh.
That's a bite.
Yeah, dude.
His laugh.
Yeah, his laugh. At the 52-minute mark, it does.
Dude,
You watch Beavis and Butthead?
I didn't. I've never watched Beavis.
You should watch it out. You would love it. Beavis and Butthead Do America. We have it on VHS, I believe, here. Anyway, Grant Stewart getting back to the game here. The freaking block punt, the special teams to save the day makes it 22-17, dude. So that was pretty solid right there. And then, of course, moving forward, fourth quarter, Matt Gay, another field goal makes it 25-19. But then DeAndre Hopkins with a little, trick play here. 3-yard pass from Will Levis there. Gets the touchdown, but the Nick Folk misses the extra point.
Nick Fuck, you missed it.
So Nick Fuck missed Nick's extra point, which kept it tied there. Go to overtime. Nick Fuck comes up. Hits a 48-yarder. Bang. 28-25. But unfortunately there, the Colts come back. Pittman, a phenomenal drive, 5 plays, 75 yards, dude. Only 5 plays, dude. So it was very intense. A great moment for Gardner Minshew to march down the field. Michael Pittman with the 4-yard reception right there makes it 31-28. And they win the game right there. And obviously pretty intense game. You're looking at again, Minshew's performance, 26 of 42, sacked only 3 times, no interceptions, 2 throwing touchdowns, 312 yards through the air. Including that last drive in overtime there. So pretty intense there. Will Levis honestly with a good look there for Tennessee, excuse me. And then of course Derrick Henry, a pretty vintage performance, 2 rushing touchdowns, over 100 yards, 21 carries. And how about Tyjae Spears, dude?
Yeah.
Rushing for 75 yards on his own, almost 200 yards on the ground with the Titans. And then Hopkins looked good, 75 yards. Okonkwo, I think is how you Okonkwo, right? 62 yards receiving. 225 yards through the air too. I understand. The Titans look great. That extra point has got to be killer. But yes, tip your hat to the Colts there. Alec Pierce, 100 yards. Pittman, 105 yards receiving. Kylan Granson, 72 yards. I mean, it was a great job by Gardner Minshew. He was looking like
he looked good.
A vintage stay in the pocket passing quarterback yesterday.
Well, that's what you get with Minshew. You know you're going to get someone that's going to compete his ass off.
Mm-hmm.
He's a fiery person, which I love.
Fiery.
And isn't that what you want? Like when Anthony Richardson goes down, first of all, this team might sneak into the playoffs. They have a good chance.
Right.
And they have Anthony Richardson coming back who looked outstanding in his first 3 weeks before he got hurt.
Yeah, no, very true.
I'd be pumped up if I was a Colts fan. I hope you guys get in. That division's actually like a really cool fight towards the playoff. You get the Texans are in there now.
Mm-hmm.
You have the Colts. You have the Jaguars. Like fun division. But isn't that what you want in a backup quarterback? Like not someone that doesn't have confidence coming in after you're starting to start. You come in, Minshew, fiery guy right away. Like I'm gonna sling this ball. We're just gonna see what happens.
Yeah,
and I love it. I mean, they had to put up a bunch of points to win yesterday, and they put up a bunch of points. Kind of like sad for the Titans, who was the straw that broke the camel's back, you might say, in this loss. Probably done for the season. Where if they won this game, they could have maybe stayed in that chance to make the playoffs, but I think their season's over now.
Yeah, no,
especially
I agree.
0-3 against the division.
Mm-hmm.
But the Colts, Texans, and Jaguars, that's going to be a fun little race down the stretch.
And that was our only, good pick of the week, as well as Downtime TV. But moving forward there, speaking of our picks, next up we have the Broncos dropping a game here on the road against the Texans, 22-17. Another great game, honestly. It's actually kind of funny, really, other than the Jets and Patriots game. There were just like some phenomenal games across the board here.
A lot of offense.
But yeah, a lot of offense here. We hit the over. But it was great. Matt Amendola started the scoring off there for Texas with a 30-yard field goal, making it 3-0. Then Damian Pierce gets a 3-yard run in there to make it 10-0 on a 10-play, 78-yard drive. CJ Stroud looking great, by the way. Literally right off rip. Second quarter, Amendola field goal again, 13-0. So right there after the first, almost the first half, 13-0 there for the Broncos, just not getting anything going offensively. Texans defense looked good. Russ Wilson looked not good, actually. Will Lutz had to settle there for a field goal for the Broncos. First points up on the board, making it 13-3 going into the half there. Down by 10. And then, of course, coming in here third quarter, Matt Amendola, bang, do another field goal. I guess he was 3 for 3 on the field goals today, or yesterday, I should say, 16-3. You do get a nice 45-yard pass, though, from Russ Wilson to Cortland Sutton, who was just wide open downfield, and Russ just saw that, took it. I mean, which is you get with a vintage quarterback right there. But third play of the drive absolutely sails it out there, makes it 16-10. We got a game going on here. But right away, fourth quarter there, Texans kind of answer, make it 22-10 on a CJ Stroud 3-yard pass to Nick Collins. Went for the 2-point conversion, but it failed. Didn't really matter, obviously. Russ Wilson, 5 plays, 75-yard drive. Again, looking like a little bit more of a vintage Russ Wilson on that, final drive, 2-minute drill, pushing it down the field, scores within 2:12, makes it 22-17. And then I think at the end, they get the ball back again, right? He throws an interception.
Got the ball back. They got down to the red zone.
Threw an interception in the end zone, I think, too, right?
Yeah. Third down, kind of threw it off his back foot.
Yeah. And that was one of 3 interceptions by Russ Wilson yesterday. I didn't get a chance to see them all, but I mean, that one in the red zone was pretty egregious, and it's like, you can't be doing that.
I mean, the difference in this game was Houston came out ready to go, and Broncos came out flat, went down 13-0, and then that was the game, basically, because they played well in the second half.
Right.
But I mean, I just still can't get over how veteran-like the presence of CJ Stroud. Like, it's just like this kid is the real deal.
And he doesn't turn the ball over often.
The way he drew a foul yesterday, it was like a blown up play, and the refs called it dead or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think it was they didn't get the snap off in time or something. And then he let the guy hit him, got in his face, but didn't do anything. And then when he got in his face, the dude hit him in the head. And then the Broncos guy got a penalty.
Yeah,
and CJ Stroud was just laughing because he's the veteran, small little plays like that. I mean, man, I'd be so pumped about this Texans. You have found your quarterback for the next 10, 15 years. Like, this dude is the real deal, in my opinion. You can put that in paper. This dude is the real deal. And I can prediction for his career, he's gonna win 3 Super Bowls.
How long? Are you just saying in his career in general?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 3 Super Bowls, CJ Stroud. We'll come back to this in 2040.
Yeah, dude. We'll be right here. 2040.
2040.
I'll be waiting. How about Nico Collins, by the way, for speaking of, youth that look like veterans, 191 receiving yards. Of only 9 receptions, too, by the way, which is pretty crazy. One passing touchdown, one receiving touchdown, I should say.
They lose Tank Dell, though, which is
Tank Dell out for the season is tough, dude.
Sad.
Broke his leg, right?
Yeah, broke his leg. Kevin Ware style.
Very tough, dude. But unfortunately there, Russ Wilson and the Broncos let the Downtime TV crew down.
It's their fault.
It is their fault. And then, I guess no. Let's go. Next game here. Lions, the Saints here. We'll start ripping through these. Lions, 33-28. Another, pretty crazy game here because the Saints were down 24-7. I'm trying to pull it up. 24-7 at the half. And made a huge comeback in the third quarter. Alvin Kamara, we mentioned, the Chang gang here.
Chang gang.
But obviously it just wasn't enough there.
It's another one of those games though where I love the Lions. I think they're legit. And then they have games like this where it's you just let them back into the game. Are they legit? Yeah. Then they lose to the Ravens. This team.
It was tough. Derek Carr too injured, had to leave the game, right? He threw an interception, 1 touchdown. Jameis Winston came in.
I love him so much.
I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of him.
You don't like Jameis?
But Jared Goff kept it cool. 213 through the air, 2 passing touchdowns. As a team too, they had another 142 yards on the ground here by Jahmyr Gibbs, had 60 yards. David Montgomery had another 56 yards on the ground, getting a bulk of the carries there at 18 with a rushing touchdown, and Jamison Williams another rushing touchdown as well. So the Lions, I understand they kind of let the Saints hang around a little bit in that comeback and stuff, and the Saints really aren't a great team, but the Lions that improved now to 9-3, who are 5-1 on the road. I think with the perfect combination of rushing and passing plays, they had a phenomenal victory right there. And then after that, we had the Dolphins, just absolutely fleecing the Commanders, but we knew that.
We knew that was coming.
Honestly, we knew that was coming. You had Sam Howell, who just really didn't get much going. No throwing touchdowns, 1 interception, 280 through the air. 2 passing touchdowns on reception. Speaking of the man himself, Mike White, with 1 throwing attempt for 3 yards, 1 completion. And then you had, I don't know why I can't believe I forgot how to say this guy's name. A-Chain. It is A-Chain right here. A-Chain was 73 yards on the ground. That was pretty impressive. And of course, Tyreek Hill just two receiving touchdowns, 157 yards through the air. Kind of ridiculous. A-Chain, though, had 3 receptions of himself. 30. I'd love to see him back, to be honest. Of course, moving along, we got the Panthers dropping another game. 0-7 on the road here to the Bucks. Baker looked all right, I guess. But, I don't know. I'm not really that surprised at this, obviously, outcome. Rashad White looked good on the ground, 20 carries, 84 yards. Pretty good for him. Baker, 202 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Only sacked 1 time. And, of course, we saw some great plays, flashy plays by Mike Evans. 7 receptions, 162 yards.
This was an all-time dumb bet for me. I just woke up.
You took the Panthers?
I woke up yesterday and I was like, you know what? Fired their head coach. Jonathan Mingo is going to get involved there.
Yeah.
I was like, I think the Panthers are going to win this game. And obviously they lost. I look like a fool. I look like an idiot.
You look a little foolish. But again, that's one of those bets where if it goes through, you're going to go fucking
It was just a feeling.
Dude.
I had no facts. No, it was just a feeling.
Yeah.
I got the feeling.
You got to leave emotion at the door.
Yeah. Well, the Packers was an emotional bet too, and that one hit. So, how's that coffee?
It's freaking delicious, dude.
Nice.
It's perfect temperature too. It's not too hot where I have to be careful, but it's hot enough where I'm just I feel it. You feel that warmth.
I think I'm
down.
getting addicted to
coffee,
donut and coffee.
It's fucking stupid good. What's your order when you get there?
I just do what you get.
Oh, that's
because I'm a rookie, so I don't really know. So when I do yours, I just yo, can I just get?
Make it 3. Extra, yeah, exactly. I will say that our order is a surefire way to be addicted.
Yeah, because like the sugar, I usually get jazzed up too.
Yeah, exactly. So you have caffeine and then sugar and then almond milk. I mean, it's just like the perfect combination of sweet and caffeine, and it just wires you up, dude. It's like literally like you're drinking cocaine.
On Friday's show, I had my whole thing like halfway through the show, and I was just buzzing.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy. Be careful though, because then like if you get like all of a sudden you'd be like ripping 3 of them a day.
No, we can't get that.
And then you gotta take a little tea break.
Yeah, like caffeine tea break.
Yeah. Then you come back to it. Then you get that feeling again. Okay. You're like, wow, I just had 2 sips and I'm just wide-eyed, dude. But let's get to 3 more games to cover here. Let's go. Rams win, beat the Browns. I believe the Browns was one of our picks as well, if memory serves me.
I believe so too.
And obviously we lost it on that one because the Rams beat the Browns 36-19. I mean, the Rams fucking suck, honestly. I questioned Stafford.
They're gonna make the playoffs.
I've questioned fucking McVay as well. But I guess I don't know. I guess we bet emotionally. Flacco, we thought.
Oh yeah.
We thought, Flacco,
Joe
dude.
Flacco, dude.
The Jets should have got him. Now the Browns are going to do really well because we know,
Flacco.
Dude. Flacco,
he's slinging that ball.
Won a Super Bowl before. So Matt Stafford, though, it did pretty good. 22 of 37, 279 through the air with 3 touchdowns, and Puka Nacua had 2 carries for 34 yards, but he also had 4 receptions for 105 yards with a receiving touchdown. And that long 70-yard reception, which is pretty impressive there. Demarcus Robinson had 4 receptions of his own for 55 yards and also a receiving touchdown. And then, of course, Cooper Kupp with a receiving touchdown of his own. Would it not be a game with the Rams if Cooper Kupp didn't have a touchdown?
I mean, that offense has pieces.
A lot of good pieces, dude.
Like Puka and Cooper is kind of a sick one, too.
Why are they 6-6, you think?
Defense hasn't been great. The quarterback play has been up and down. Wasn't Stafford out maybe like 1 week or 2 weeks?
I think, I think so, yeah.
Wrong
wrist
too,
injury or something like that?
Yeah.
Thumb, maybe?
And then they've played really good teams. I mean, that division's really good. I think they lost to Seattle. They lost to Seattle on the road. Yeah. They're going to lose to, I think they lost to the Niners. They're going to lose to them again, probably. But they might make the playoffs. So,
yeah.
They still have Aaron Donald.
Yes, very true.
Sean McVay's still a wizard.
Donald is 30
years old.
Yeah, how old is he?
I have no clue.
I feel like maybe he's even older than that, dude. I could be wrong.
The running back now on fire.
$32.
Why am I blanking on their running back's name? Oh, Williams. What's his name?
You talking about for the Rams? You talking about?
Yeah, it's
Kyron
Williams.
Kyron Williams,
yes.
Dude. Yeah, 21. Dude, 21 carries, bro. I mean,
he's a dog.
That is a lot, dude. I forget to. Is he the young dude who's from Notre Dame? Yeah, he's from Notre Dame. He's like 5'10" or something, right? Dude, he was just fucking moving those legs, baby. And I love it when running backs do that because people in the NFL, a lot of people in the NFL, I should say everyone, but I see a lot of players who just look like they don't know how to tackle. Or they just don't have that dog in them, and they don't want to tackle. No dog. They try to do the side step like arm tackle thing. Yeah. Never works, dude. Especially with someone like that who like moves his legs. Moving forward here because we are a little bit tight on time. Actually, we're not that tight on time, but I'm going to keep it moving here anyway. Niners at Eagles. Surprising victory here by the Niners. The Eagles here for only the second time this season.
Though? Was it surprising?
I would say the deficit was kind of surprising, especially because I don't know. Second half was like 14-6 going into the second half. And I'm thinking, you know what? I feel like the Eagles could really just go off if they kind of wanted to.
Well, in the Eagles so far, like the last 4 games have been like their toughest games, like the best teams in the league. The gauntlet they've been going through.
Right. But again,
they beat the Cowboys by 5 points, close game.
Yeah.
They beat the Chiefs, could have lost that game, should have lost that game maybe, and they beat the Bills, should have definitely lost that game, and they gave up 34 points to the Bills. So is it like you give up 34 points to the Bills? You know, the Niners much better offense,
right?
Like,
but you would have expected them to score more than 19, though. I mean, come on.
Maybe, but
and especially the way the game was going in the first quarter, you had just 2 field goals from the Eagles. They were up 6-0, and even at the end of the second quarter, where like you had that Ayuk receiving touchdown and then a McCaffrey rushing touchdown, 14-6. You're like, well, I mean, the Eagles can still come back.
No, yeah, I mean, it just makes you think a little differently about
It does.
About that team, and especially if, say, they lose to the Cowboys coming up this Sunday, it's like,
big problems, dude.
And I think it clearly shows that the Niners are legitimately the best team in the NFL. Like when they lost, they had some fluke losses, but I mean, when they are firing all cylinders and fully healthy, this team is unreal.
Brock Purdy, 4 passing touchdowns, 314 yards, 19 of 27.
Dude, and everyone wants to talk about their offense. Their defense, their D-line is Bosa, Chase Young.
I fucking love Bosa.
Fred Warner.
Yeah.
I mean, this team is so good. And you take that, it's like a mathematical equation. You take all of that and you add in Shanahan's brilliance. I mean, I don't see a team touching this team really.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Honestly,
really don't.
Dude.
I'm gonna put the Super Bowl bet in right now. It's probably nothing. I wonder what they are to win the Super Bowl. Probably plus.
Let's look it up.
Probably not even worth it.
Brock Purdy, I saw a tweet. He leads the league in I think it's passing yards, completion percentage, yards per pass, completions per game. He is first in a lot of different quarterback metrics this season.
He's so good.
Unbelievable. And of course, you had Jalen Hurts who had, who almost mirrored, Purdy in terms of yards there. He was 26 of 45, though. He dropped back 45 times.
That's a lot.
Brock Purdy only dropped back 27 and has more yards than Hurts.
Debo, finally.
Debo just really opens up the field, bro.
His injury was so slept on for that team. I mean, he changes that offense completely. I mean, you can do the jet sweeps. You can give him the ball in space.
I was going to say.
You can go deep. He can do anything.
There's a few play calls that are reverses, and he gets the ball out of the backfield.
Yeah.
And it's Debo, who's fucking big, bro. He's fast. A heavy dude.
Insane.
Oh my God! It's so ridiculous, just the amount of options you have with that team.
Ayuk's your wide
Brendan Ayuk, really,
insane.
Dude. George Kittle,
unbelievable,
dude.
And that's when they create mismatches at every position. Yeah. So if you want to double someone, you want to double McCaffrey. Debo's gonna be open. You want to double Debo, McCaffrey's gonna be open. You want to double both of them. Kittle's gonna be open up the seam. I mean, it's just so many matchup problems across the board.
Ridiculous.
For every team.
And it's dude, I mean, you'll get their receiving yards, 314 receiving yards. Sprinkled between 5 players, Debo getting 116, but then George Kittle 68, Brandon Ayuk 46, Jennings 44, McCaffrey 40. So it's and they all have about 4 or 5 receptions. So at that point, it's they evenly target almost everyone.
It's insane.
And it's just really about who's going to have that big play.
Yeah.
Because all of them average around the same, I feel every game. And it's just if you double team one person, they just go to somebody else, dude. And it's crazy. It really is crazy, dude, how good they are. And again, Philly here had 314 yards through the air as well. AJ Brown was Devontae Smith as well, playing their asses off. Kenneth Gainwell had a solid game. But their rushing is just, I mean, it's nowhere. They don't have that ability. Jalen Hurts was their top rusher, 7 carries, 20 yards.
Huge game for the 1 seed too.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh my God. Yeah, dude. Huge game for the 1 seed.
And Philly has Dallas and Seattle coming up, 2 games, which I think are going to be close games. I
mean, they could be.
Not pushovers. I mean, the Seattle game, they probably beat, but I mean, it's not going to be a pushover. And then Dallas, I don't know what to think about Dallas, but another big game.
I know.
I'm trying to look at San Francisco.
The Niners have the Seahawks next, which again, who knows what type of Seahawks team shows up. But then they have the Cardinals, the Ravens could be tough, but the Commanders and Rams. Game. Ravens would be good, but they're gonna blow past the Cardinals, blow past the Commanders, blow past the Rams, I would think.
Yeah, I agree.
So I mean that's pretty fucking nuts there. Tremendous game to watch. The offense was just again watching the Niners play. So awesome, dude. What's up, dude? And then of course, you got him a coffee?
Thank you.
Wow.
We just talked about it.
Weren't you watching the show in there?
No.
Oh.
I'm
telling you.
Thank you, Mike.
He's addicted, dude. He said.
I'm back.
He said, I'm back. He was never there. Yeah.
I'm back. Thank you.
All right. So let's go. Game of the night, dude. Collinsworth back. Chiefs, Packers.
I love Chris Collinsworth.
Brian Barnaby in the building for this game. Absolute outstanding game. We'll walk you through here some of the drives. and let me say, I mean, you talked about certain teams coming in to their games, like the Texans who showed up, hit the ground running. I think the Packers did, certainly. I think that they knew exactly what they were up against last night in the Kansas City Chiefs, and they're at home in Lambeau. It's winter time. It's prime fucking cheese heads, baby.
Oh yeah. Did you see the
grater? The cheese grater. Yeah.
That was outstanding.
That's so funny, dude.
That was great.
But first opening drive here for the Packers. 13 plays, 75 yards, resulting in a touchdown. Jordan Love passed too to Sims here just for 1 yard, keeping it nice and simple though. But that made it 7-0, and the Packers look good. And you know what? The next drive comes out. Kansas City has to settle for a field goal, 7-3, and you're just thinking immediately like, wow, like a little uneasiness. Like this could be one of those games where the Chiefs struggle to score. Like we've seen a few times. And I know it's early, but who knows about Jordan Love? And then what? Oh, wow, dude. Next play, dude. 8 plays, 75 yards, ending in a Jordan Love. Another short pass up the middle to Watson for 9 yards. Touchdown. Obviously, extra point is good right there. 14-3. Kansas City, next drive, 14 plays, 59 yards. Had to settle for a field goal.
Right then, I was like, oh, wait.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think the confidence, like that's what, like, I don't want to bring it back to Mac Jones, but like, there's no confidence watching him play football. Watching Jordan Love last night was like, he was in control of the offense. He was cadenced at the line, calling plays out.
Right.
And the way, just the oomph behind the ball, like it was confidence. You could tell that this team now has a quarterback that they believe in. He believes in himself. He was trusting his young wide receivers. And their wide receivers are so young. The youngest team in the NFL.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Oh my God.
And I mean, dude, that opening drive, I mean, the Packers held the ball for almost 8 minutes. I don't think I've ever seen the Pats or the Jets this season like hold the ball for 8 minutes to open up a fucking drive.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine what that does to an offense where you're warmed up and then all of a sudden you're in the freezing fucking cold on the sideline for 8 minutes.
Yep. And they scored.
Of game. 8 minutes of game time. You're probably talking like 12 to 15 minutes. Like where you're just dicking around on the sideline trying to stay focused. Like,
and it's freezing there too.
And it's freezing.
Then you finally get the ball back. You get a field goal. And then they go down and score right away again.
Right.
It's like, oh shit, like this team's for real.
I
like,
know.
We're not walking in here as the Chiefs. Like,
unbelievable, dude. So you go into the halftime there. Green Bay up 14-6. I don't think, they never led the entire game.
No.
Kansas City gets the ball back to start the second half. Does result in a touchdown, of course. I mean, you knew, the Chiefs would start scoring. But a touchdown by Pacheco, I believe.
Yes, Pacheco.
Yeah. And then they went for 2-point, didn't work out. So it's 14-12 right there. And then, dude, the Packers answer back next drive. 7 plays, 67 yards, killing 5 minutes off the clock. Makes it 21-12 right there. Chiefs, then we start getting going. Let's go, baby. 11 plays there, 66 yards. The Chiefs marked down the field. Pacheco, I believe, again, another touchdown there for him. Makes it 21-19. And then we have back-to-back punts from each team here. Kind of like back-to-back pumps, baby. From each team, keeping it at 21-19. Starting some anxiety is building here, some suspense here. You had so much scoring for the second half, and all of a sudden 2 back-to-back punts, and then you just don't know. And then Green Bay settles for a field goal there. I believe it was a 40-yarder actually. So that was great there from Carlson, making it 24-19. And then, dude, Mahomes. This is what I want to say. Like, I don't know, what was it, 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter? Like, and they were like talking about it. I was like, all right, like after the field goal, I forget what had happened.
You talking about the fight?
No. This was before the fight. I think this was before the fight. No, it must have been after the fight. No, before the fight for the field goal. For the field goal, there was a couple of like it was AJ Brown and another receiver, I think. For some reason, they were like they kept going out of bounds, stopping the clock. And like Colin was like talking about like, why are they stopping the clock? Like,
I missed that.
You're gonna give Mahomes like 5 minutes left now to march down the field, and it's just not like you could score, but they ended up throwing an interception. Then before that, the Pacheco,
he punched the guy in the face.
Yeah, I forget who he punched in the face.
More like I don't understand. Yes, I've been in sports too, like when you get pissed off and you hit someone in the face. Like it's happened. But at least in hockey, like you have gloves on and stuff. I never understood football players punching
Because you're hitting the fucking face mask too, dude.
It probably hurts so bad.
It does. And I'm pretty sure, like, wasn't it like not even, was the play even towards Pacheco?
No, the play was like going on, and then like the guy like shoved Pacheco, he got up and just like punched in the face.
Which is so, and I understand, it's like, I remember like, you know, we're like, oh, well, like that guy on the Green Bay is at fault. Well, it's like, yeah, but it's like literally every coach at any level of any sport will always tell you it's the person who retaliates that always gets noticed, and then you look
That's
at the
the worst, though. I hate that.
And you just gotta put, dude, you just gotta hurt him on the scoreboard, dude. Imagine if Pacheco was there for the last drive,
though. But that's why guys like Marchand are so good, because they start it.
Yeah.
And then something happens, and then the other guy gets in trouble.
Yeah. But that doesn't really always happen for Marchand, though. Like, he just looks like an asshole all the time.
Well, same with Trouba. So
first of all, whoa, stop that, dude.
Dude, what are you talking about? Stop that.
It's actually so funny. I saw a tweet last night too, because the Rangers been fucking killing it, dude. Like the Rangers record since the helmet throw in Chicago. Fucking sick, dude. I can watch that video forever, dude. Trouba gets the fight. They're down 3-0 against a shitty Blackhawk team, and you just see fucking Trouba yelling at the fucking bench, tosses the helmet. Let's fucking go, Rangers, baby. That. I fucking riles me up, dude.
I like that you guys are good.
So anyway, interception there by Mahomes. Not good, dude. Intended for more. Intercepted by Nixon, and that was really the game right there. You know, Packers come out. Maybe this was the drive where they kept stopping the clock. I think this was the drive with the field goal here. That's when they kept stopping the clock. But it didn't really matter, dude, because they ended up turning over on downs because they needed a touchdown. It was over for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jordan Love looked like a great quarterback. You look at his box score: 3 passing touchdowns, 25 of 36, 267 through the air, sacked only 2 times. I think he took 1 sack that was kind of pretty bad, but other than that, I mean, he looked great in the pocket, great movement. Obviously, you know, there was the defensive passive.
That was pass interference.
That was definitely pass interference.
But I mean,
that was Scantling, right?
It does.
Scantling,
it's
right?
so tough. It was obviously pass interference.
Yeah.
Some people are saying that since it was thrown to MVS, that it was probably uncatchable to begin with. So that's why they didn't call.
Mean anything.
Just because you can't catch the ball.
Yeah. So like, I don't care. Like, I had no arms. Like, it's still.
Yeah, but just because it was passed to him, it was probably.
I mean, I'm looking at that photo right now. That photo, like, he's getting hacked, bro.
But yeah, no. But I mean, that's what happens when you're up on a team and you make a ref to make a call with 5 seconds left. They swallow the whistle a lot of times.
There was a bunch of no calls for both sides. But I will say the reffing in the NFL, I mean, that's tough, dude.
Wait, maybe
it hasn't been great, Tony. Dude. Question for me.
Or even the comments tune in. I know they had that 1 year where you could challenge pass interference, and then they got rid of it. Me and my roommates talked last night, that's why get rid of that? Like, say they could. Would you have liked to still have that, like, where you can challenge that play, or do you like it's on the ref? Like, if you didn't call it, it's not a call.
I mean, it's really tough because you hate for moments like that to be game deciding, especially when games start to matter too. You really hate that. But I mean, that's just, I don't know, man. I feel like the reason why they got rid of it was probably for pace of game. Because there's a lot, there would be so many challenges.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you only get it once a game, but we've seen.
I know, but at that point, dude, listen, man. Like, one of the biggest reasons why I love baseball is because it's so nuanced. That every park is different.
I love that part.
Umps call their strike zones differently. That's just the game, dude. That's human error,
which I agree.
You know, which is going to be. I like that. I like that there is that. And
then you can always argue like down, like, oh, we should have won that game. Like,
yeah.
But like when it affects the outcome of the game, like we saw in the Saints Rams playoff game where the dude got laid out. Obviously, PI not called. This game, PI.
Right. I mean, it's not even that. I don't know, man. I mean, you can argue that any blown call can affect the game.
Yeah,
but I think that I mean, like, that's going to happen. It's going to continue to happen. I understand that's going to happen in sports where refs have blown calls, but I think as an egregious of a play as this one was with Scantling, like, it should have been a call.
Yeah, and then what is that?
And I think that should be addressed with the refs, certainly. I mean, like, that cannot happen again because it was pretty egregious. I don't care, like, I don't know, man. I mean, it's hard to get into the mind of the ref.
The Super Bowl game. Imagine the Super Bowl and they swallow their whistle there. And
you can't do that. Like, see, refs, that's the thing. Like, again, going back to baseball, I mean, umpires, they fucking die on their hill, bro.
Yeah.
Like, the way they call a strike zone, they will die on that hill, and they'll be consistent for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Like, umpires, for the most part, consistently call games the way they call games. It seems like refs, like the whole, like, oh, I didn't call pass interference on this play, I'll call it on this play. You know? Like the makeup call. Like, I feel like
refs, I don't like makeup calls. You see a lot in the
bullshit,
NBA.
Dude.
NBA has
yeah, that's fucking bullshit.
Which is where you lose some of the audience. People hate that shit.
You have to just consistently call. Like, and I don't care. It's like, oh, 2 minutes left. I'm not going to be calling. I'm not.
No,
you
got to call it.
Like, you have to just be consistent. I mean, that's really all you really need from an official of any sport.
I think this would fire you up. I mean, the new thing in the NBA now is sometimes they won't call foul until the shot is missed. So, like, if there's a foul on a shot,
right,
they'll wait to see if it goes in or not. Because if it goes in, they'll let the play go on and just say, oh, there's 2 points. If
that's
they
bullshit,
miss,
dude.
The ball will miss, and then they'll blow the whistle like that was a foul, which gets me really pissed off because a foul's a foul.
Yeah, foul's a foul, dude.
It's either an and one or not. Like, it's foul's a foul. So, yeah, I agree with that. Like, if it needs to be called, it needs to be called.
Yeah.
No more of makeup shit or not whistling things or just because there's 5 seconds left on the clock.
But see, I would like especially as a player, if I know a ref is like, oh, he lets the boys play.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start.
In hockey, we used to love that.
Exactly, and if I see that in football, and I'm like a CB or a safety, even I'm gonna start jacking up receivers and see how much I can get away with.
And that's also, which I agree with you. I like when they let the guys play, but I mean, I've seen it in hockey where you realize first 5 minutes of the game you can get away with a lot, and then the refs completely lose the game.
Right. Well, they have to stay in control, obviously.
Like the completely lose. You have kids running kids. Like that's what you don't want. You want to live on that line of letting them play.
Yeah,
that was always the best. Competitive. Physical games that didn't go over the edge.
Yeah, within the rules of the game here.
Yeah.
You know, like that's fine. So I think that, certainly NFL refs, I don't know who the guy is in charge of the refs, but I mean, he should be certainly sitting down with these refs and be like, yo, like this is like, again, I get the scenario here. But I mean, you got to be a little bit of a call better game for sure. And even, I mean, Collins, I think even that last Hail Mary play too to the end zone.
I'm okay with that being nothing though, because I don't want
that gets really hairy though.
Yeah, but you can't reward a team that didn't drive the ball down the field and is throwing a last second shot up at their own. But
rules are rules, no?
You can't. It's gonna be there's 6 guys around the ball. Shit's gonna happen. Like you can't. I know Kelsey got dragged down, but you just I can't see that. And you're gonna give Kansas City the ball on the 1 yard line with a free play. I mean, if they call that PI, what was there, like 15 seconds left? So Mahomes would have got like 3 shots at the end zone from like the 5 yard line. They'd probably win the game. They'd probably still.
They would win the game.
Yeah.
But I mean, still, I mean, you can't. But you, like, what are you gonna do now? You're gonna have what? Any Hail Mary play? There'll be 8 receivers, 8 people down there, and anything goes.
I feel like
because sooner or later, like there's gonna be a ceiling there's a glass ceiling to that. Like, it's gonna break. They're gonna call a pass interference, and then there's gonna be someone's gonna be pissed. But it's like,
but you could argue you could call PI on every single Hail Mary. Like, where's the difference in that? Like,
don't commit a penalty. Don't commit a penalty.
But it's so tough when you got 6 guys in the same area.
I know it is very tough, but it's just like
because they could have called it if they wanted to call that thing on Kelsey when he got dragged. That could have been a PI.
They could have, but that guy shouldn't have fucking tackled him and dragged him to the ground like that.
But I think he knew it wasn't going to be called.
Like, that's why I did it exactly. So it's like, again, at some point, I think it's going to be an issue that the refs have to address. And again, like it's really all about like let the boys play. Sure,
to a certain degree,
to a certain extent, though. You have to like at least. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like refs around the league of the NFL, even the NBA, I don't know. I feel like a lot of them just don't have a backbone. I mean, how many times do you see too in the NFL where like a player complains about a call and then you'll see a late flag get
oh yeah,
and it's just like come on, man.
Yeah,
like you can't be doing that. Like you have to make. I understand you can take a second to think about it, but.
I mean, the flag on Mahomes too is also insane too. Like he was hit in bounds. Like what are we playing here,
dude? Well, that
touch
again. I think that's more so of the league, though. I feel like the NFL, like Roger over here, is
like Mac Jones doesn't get that call. Like if that same play happens to Mac Jones,
right?
There's no chance he gets that call.
You honestly think that?
Yes, he's in. First of all, he's inbounds. It's not. It's not a foul.
Mm-hmm.
It's Mahomes got blown up. Your poster boy got smoked.
I totally agree. I mean, that is bullshit because he was in bounds and he was literally fighting for another yard to get the first down marker. Like the replay, like the first down marker is right here, and they're meeting like at it.
Yeah, not helmet to helmet. It was a clean hit. Just poster boy got smoked.
So what? Exactly. Like that's so fucked up, dude. Yeah. Like you can't. Like that. I think that's so stupid, dude. And slide. And you honestly, you should have slid or something, dude. So but that's that. And then real quick here, because we do have to get out of here. Looking ahead here to tonight, we're gonna have an absolute thriller of Monday Night Football. Bengals at Jags. Jags here at -10. We know obviously Burrow out for the season.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, I hate to be like it's just going to be an absolute dumpster fire for the Bengals here, but I like the Jags. I like Trevor Lawrence. I like Travis Etienne Jr.
Yep.
I like Chris Kirk. Pretty solid. So I don't know, man. I mean, I think give me the Jags here. Let's see where the over-under's at. I thought it was like 37.5. Thanks. God, I hate ESPN's app so much. So it's 39.5 is at now. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I would say Jacksonville beats the Bengals. Jesus, dude. I could say maybe like 34-14.
Yeah, this is a
something like that, dude.
Simple game for me.
Yeah, pretty simple.
If the Jags want to be taken seriously, which I think they are serious, I think they're a good team.
Yeah,
Burrow-less Bengals team, you got to go and beat them by a touchdown or even more. If you'll be taken serious. So I got the Jags covering, and I do like the under in this game.
I do like the under as well.
I think the Bengals do absolutely nothing.
Even though I didn't say there was an under, I think they can score a little bit, dude.
Who's playing QB for them? That backup, what's his name? He's just the backup.
Couldn't even fucking tell you, dude. Some loser.
Yeah.
Trevor Siemian.
I think they got him from the Jets. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, dude. So obviously a crazy week 13 here. Kind of wrapping up here on Monday night. Honestly, had some crazy games.
Yeah.
A lot of offense. Couple upsets too. What do you got?
I just want to, before we wrap up here, just a quick little shout out to Scotty Scheffler.
It's right, dude.
Didn't you pick him?
No, Brian did. I picked Victor Hovland.
Oh, but the media is saying, does Brian's pick count because it was only a field of 16? So,
I think it does because you had 16. I think there was 20 golfers.
Yeah, maybe 20.
You had 20 very talented golfers.
No, good pick. Good pick by him.
Great pick by Brian. And I think it is bullshit that he won because that was the tiebreaker for the fucking bets.
Oh, so you lost?
I lost.
Get smoked.
Which was bogus, dude, if you ask me, because that, it's fucking golf too. Anything could happen. But again, and that's life, that's Scotty Scheffler. Suck a dick. Victor Hovland, who started out so bad, bro. But Tiger finished, I think, 18th even, I believe. Last I checked. But good job for Tiger. I mean, hey man, people were riled for him.
He didn't look bad.
Didn't look terrible. And hey man, he finished.
Yeah, healthy. He I think he was even for the tournament too. So
what did I just say?
He finished
before that.
I don't know.
Even.
Dude, what? I was
on your phone. Yeah, no, I said that.
I was not on my phone.
What were you doing over there?
I was making sure everything's all good over here.
Dude. But we gotta get going here. We got a big shoot over here for the Downtime TV fan. Big outsourced work. Shout out to Mecha. If you're in the Fairfield area, if you're in Connecticut, or Boston, or soon to be Colorado and Ohio,
United States.
In the United States, find a Mecha Noodle Bar.
Yes.
Great spot, great ownership, great culture. You really can't buy those sorts of things, dude. Yeah. But you can buy their food, which is delicious, dude. You ever been, Riley?
Yeah.
Yes, you have.
I go to Metro all the time.
He goes to Metro all the time, dude.
With my mom.
It's hip. It's what all the kids are going there now. But I thank everyone for tuning in here on this beautiful, gorgeous Monday. We'll have Brian in studio again tomorrow, I guess, which is fine. And it should be cool to hear about Brian's, full breakdown.
Yes.
Of Lambeau Field, dude, and just Wisconsin in general. Because he was there for the whole weekend.
Cheese.
And of course, we'll be breaking down Monday Night Football. We'll be breaking down hockey. Let's go Rangers. Absolutely killing
Bruins.
it, bro. Absolutely
Big
killing
Bruins
it,
win
dude.
last night.
Yeah, against Columbus.
Yep,
dude.
big win.
Sick, dude. Big win against the Sharks for the Rangers. Almost lost. It doesn't matter, though. Thank everyone for tuning in. Go to Downtime TV's YouTube channel, Downtime TV. Check out all of our past episodes of the Sports Report. Hit that sub button, that notification button, too, so you do not miss a moment of anything we post, of any live episodes we have going on. Be on the lookout. We got Screen Time or Binge Buddies, coming tomorrow, as well as a new episode of Sports Report back here at 10 a.m. Brian Studio. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the games. Let's go, Trevor Lawrence, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.